Texas's gift to our Ford Lightning, welcoming it to the state. All these bugs. We have been getting tons and tons of bugs, and so much so we are out of windshield washer fluid. So we stopped here at the Love's to charge, and they had this stuff called bug cleaner. So it looked like that's exactly what we need, so I bought two. So I'm going to show you how to actually put it in the truck. So it's pretty easy. As you can tell, we got some bugs right here. They're just all over the place. Lots and lots of bugs. Oh, that's a big one. Okay, so it's really easy. Pretty obvious. It's right here. You just open this up and pour it in. So here we are on here. Look, show the map here, right here, Hannah. On historic Route 66. We just got off the highway and just kind of taking part in history here. We're driving down the road on Route 66. It's kind of another little added bonus to our road trip, right, Hannah? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Here we are, Cadillac Ranch, one of our stops in Amarillo, and we are going to spray paint. We're going to spray paint a Cadillac, right, Hannah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Got the spray paint right here.
Hey! We have had a blast. We're actually now at our first stop to charge, and some chargers, this is still Electrify America, some chargers are at gas stations, which is actually kind of convenient because you could go in and yeah, get some drinks or whatever. Some are not, so again, you have to prepare yourself when look them up ahead of time. Okay, so I'm going to show you again how to do this, just like I did yesterday, but I'll tell you first, we've had a fun day. And this morning we went to Cadillac Ranch, did some spray painting, had some fun there, and then we ate at my favorite like fast food place, Brahms. If you've never heard of it, you should try it out. It's totally recommended. And I'll take you inside now and I'll show you why. Here at Brahms, I'm going to tell you why this is the best fast food restaurant in the world. We get burgers, shakes, fries, and it is $17.62, under $20 for 2 meals. They fixed it in like 2 minutes. And friendly people here, amazing grocery store, everything. I asked them if they had any bags of ice, and I got, they just brought me out a big 5-gallon bucket and just dumped it all over inside there for our cooler and for all of our drinks. So I'll show you a picture of that. Anyways, let me show you what we're doing with charging here. So basically same thing. This will tell you plug in first, but don't do that. Not at Electrify America anyways, because Electrify America has a contract with Ford, and then you will get Ford's more expensive price. You just go to your Electrify America app. Again, this is how you do it. And then you find the location on the app, and then you find what charger it is. This is charger number 3. You select that charger, and then you click swipe to charge. And again, I was really excited yesterday in Amarillo because Texas had amazing electricity prices. Now this says please plug in, so we just grab this and we plug it in. So I'm curious as to what these prices are because I'm not really sure. So now this is charging. Basically we drove, I believe it was another 130 something miles. You don't have to stop this often, but you can. So you drive for a couple hours, it seems like on the road so far, and you need to stop every 2 to 3 hours anyways. Go to the bathroom, take a break. That way you don't like drive off the road. Some people want to drive for a long time, but It's just not safe. But yesterday we showed you that it drove well over 200 miles. It was like 240 something miles before we actually stopped between charges. So this is only 130, so it's going to charge it up a little bit more. So, but this is a summary end of day 2, and we are in Elk City, Oklahoma. If you look on a map, we're actually not that far from where we were. Today was a great day. We went and painted some Cadillacs. We stopped at our first charging station, which we were going to go a lot further, but that charging station ended up lasting several hours, not to charge, but there was a lady that actually ended up coming there, and a really nice lady with her mom and her kids, and she was in a Rivian, and I'll show you some images here in a minute. She didn't want to be filmed, but she allowed me to film her car and everything. So she was in a Rivian, and she let it go down to 0%. 0%. And so I was there trying to help her, like I did in my other videos where we jump started the Lightning. Apparently Rivian does not have the privilege of doing that. I'll show you, like, look here where you actually see it. It's like I had to put my jumping carry on these 2 little cables that actually are coming out of the back near where the tow hitch is. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard, but it turns out, and that didn't even work. So we were trying several different things. They even plugged up a larger truck and having to run regular jumper cables to it. It turns out it doesn't have one 12-volt battery, it has 2, and they're in weird spots. Basically, if you get an electric car, don't let it get down to 0%, but the Rivian especially really kills it. They were having all kinds of trouble. I tried to help as much as I could. I was there for hours. It still did not help. The other problem with the Rivian is that the charging port opens electronically. And so you don't have the ability like the F-150, just to push it in and open it up. The Rivian doesn't have that. Anyways, for those of you that own a Rivian, do not let it go to 0, just like I already said. But I wanted to tell you guys, if you do, what had to happen, I showed you that they had to plug up a regular gas vehicle to it. The Rivian doesn't recommend it, so I'm not going to recommend it per se to get in my, but I'm just going to tell you what they did. Because the Rivian has multiple 12-volt batteries, you can't just take a jumping carry, plug it up, and jump it. It's really not designed for that. The only way potentially to get yourself unbricked, if you will, they call it bricking whenever your car is nothing. The only way to do that is to actually plug it up to a regular gas vehicle. What they had to do was a roadside assistance person. They plugged up those jumper cables to the back that I already showed you with to the black and the red regular jumper cables, and they just revved it up over and over and over and over and over again for probably an hour. And what that did is that was charging up those 12-volt batteries that basically were drained, and they had to leave it on there, and it was still going to be even more time. We ended up having to leave, but they had kind of figured it out. That was their next step. The screen started coming back on and things like that, so it looked like it was going to, which it needs that accessory power in order to be able to recognize to charge. So Ford versus Rivian, I'll just tell you from experience, Ford is much better just for that reason alone. If you ever 0% out a Ford, you probably have a chance at surviving. But if you 0% a Rivian, then most likely you're going to have that thing towed to San Antonio or some random faraway place. I wanted to give you an update because I don't think I fully explained it in the other video. And also now we're in Tennessee, so stay tuned for more updates. Tomorrow we're actually going to tell you a little bit more about some fun charging experiences in the next video, so pay attention to that. How to actually charge in random charging places and some fun things that we've learned about charging. So and then in future videos we'll show you about our experience in Tennessee. So join us, and yeah, we'll see you then.